Hey everybody, Jeff Lobb here from Technically Real Estate, how real estate technically gets done. I am thrilled to be doing this review for you today on a product that just almost seemed like Christmas showing up my doorstep yesterday. The folks at hdhat.com, Mark Passerby, was kind enough to let me review a few of his products. And when you see some of them, you're going to be absolutely amazed on what can be done with a smartphone and a tablet. Specifically today, the iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, and the iPad. Now, let me start off with talking about video. In the next 2 or 3 years, 2015, video, especially in real estate, is going to be tripling in the amount of content displayed on video. If you're not shooting video, you have to be. And you don't need to be a super video guru, if you will. Some of these devices can take video and just make it so magical. I am not a video guy per se. I am a real estate agent mind with real estate background and technology experience, but video and photography get pretty serious. I rely on the genius behind that, and I rely on the folks at hdhat.com to give me the tools that I need, and I'm here to share them with you because that's what I do for us. So in the meantime, here we go. Let's talk about some things first. I'm going to undo a few gadgets real quick, and I want to show you, first off is to start with the iPad. Hopefully, if you have not picked up an iPad yet or thought about an iPad, you might want to after today. iPad. They sell a case at HD Hat to take your video to the next level. Ready? Here we go. iPad. Now, we have an iPad, and you're seeing some reflection there coming through it, but take an iPad, and it pops directly into this case. This is my iPad popped into this case, just sets in there and clips in the corners, and let me just turn it on so you get a feel for it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here's my iPad set in, pop it in, fits very smoothly so far from what I could see, very strong, and the case itself has a built-in wide-angle lens, and I'll just give you some details on it. It's a 0.45 or 37 millimeter, if you will, high-def HD lens, and what's cool is I can have it slide down and be shooting regular video with my iPad, so it's kind of like a case built in where I'm shooting regular. If I want to go to a wide angle or wider angle, slide it up, boom, I'm now recording in wide angle. Really fits well. Cool part about this is, and I'll show you right now, is it has built-in adapters that if I want to put this on a tripod, and I'm going to show you a couple little stands and holders, I can put a light system on top. It'll mount on top. And it also, if you're going to use audio, and absolutely, if you're going to get distance away from this, the iPad was only meant to shoot local, close. If I'm going to get 10, 20 feet back or even further and shooting with an HD lens and a wide angle, I might want better audio. So you can either go real serious and get a Bluetooth wireless one, which is very cool, or I simply use a wired mic. Let me show it to you. A wired mic, little lapel mic, if you will. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it. Okay, and it's about 30 foot of cord and cable, and it sits along, and you kind of just clip it on here while you stand back, 20, 30 feet. One word of caution, not caution, but something you'll need to adapt to the iPad is you'll need an adapter, and HD Hat will sell you everything. The adapter itself fits right into the iPad case right here. It just kind of pops in the side. Boom, now I've got audio. Okay, so I've got audio connector, I've got opportunities for more lighting, and I've got a wide angle lens that's fully adjustable back and forth. Cool part is when I shoot video with this now, it's hard to shoot like this, and I wouldn't recommend shooting hands-free like this. Get a tripod, and if not, I'm not a big tripod guy because I'm not usually stationary most of the time, but what I am real big on is a, let's call it a stick, that's not a monopod, it's more of a stabilizer bar. Stabilizer bar. And I get, they sell stabilizer bars from the folks at HD Hat in smaller sizes. This one is meant to fit in a purse or in a small bag. They make a little bit larger one if you need something a little bit further to extend. What is very cool to be able to hold that out and be able to walk and pan and tilt. Gives you much more stabilization. If you get a little bit geeky like me, and I'll show you how to do this on the iPhone 4, some things I actually do quite a bit is I adapt this, and when I'm at an event, I do a lot of shooting by myself. Let's face it, we don't have video folks coming around shooting video for us. I don't have that privilege. So what I'll do is I'll be able to take the stabilizer bar and hold it out and do my own, video. And I can talk to it. I know I'm trying to get this on camera here. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. And I can do my whole thing about just talking about where I'm at, the event I'm at, the house I'm in front of, and I could be walking and talking with it by holding it with the tilt angle. Okay, I'll teach you a couple of little tips with that on the iPhone, but for iPad, what a tremendous tool now to step up your game to get wide angle HD video. Dropping it right down into YouTube, dropping it down into iMovie, and editing it literally right on the screen while you're using the apps. Okay, now let's go to the iPhone 4 or the 4S. And if you don't know this, the 4S has a superior camera. I have a 4. I have a 4S. Other parts of the business right now, but today I have a 4 with me. And the 4 and the 4S, the cameras are great. 4S is even better. But how do you get that wide angle lens? How do you go wider than that? So here we go. We've got a case to take care of that for you. Built-in wide angle lens, HD. And I will slap it in there for you. I'll show you how it works. Okay, so I take my camera and case and just line it up. Click it in, locked and loaded, right? And there I have my iPhone 4 to be able to shoot with. Okay, works really nice. I can also take my stabilizer bar, and I'm either going to put it in the bottom for shooting vertical. I prefer shooting horizontal most of the time, so I'm going to go horizontal with it. Here we go. Really, really nice, light. Fits in the case well, although they will sell you, and I'm going to put this on, and I'll show you why in a second. They'll give you two little, let's call them rubber bands, if you will, little safety bands, just in case you pop it or you hit a bump with it or something like that, or it bumps something. I like to always make sure we're doubly protected. So I'm just going to loop this on once or twice. And while that is kind of like just a safety band, I'm going to show you why I'm putting it on for the next little adapter I'm going to put on this. Great wide angle HD lens. You can also self-blog with it too, same way I did with the iPad. Rotate it, lock it, and now I can self-blog by putting this out, walking and talking. Now, some people are confused by how do I see myself on this camera because the screen's pointing the other way. Little tip, and this was also taught to me by Mark Passerby, again, HD Hat, is put a little mirror, little piece of mirror glass right here, and you can see yourself so that you know you're centered on the screen. So when you're looking at it, you know you're like right there. Okay, so that's how you can kind of do your self-blogging if you're really going to get into blogging. That's something I've used with the different cameras. I'm going to be using it with this as well. How can I get wider than this? What if I really want super wide? When you see the next little adapter to the same thing I just showed you, I'm just locking this up. Well, this is wide angle. What about super wide? What about, I'm going to give you the specs on this. 0.43 super wide angle HD lens. Okay, and some of you camera folks may know the millimeters and all that good stuff. I'm just here to show you that it gets wider. Real estate talk, English, it gets wider. Okay, this is wide, wider. Here we go. Screws right into the adapter. It's really a wonderful setup. Let's do that right there. There we go. Locked and loaded. Wow. Okay, that's why you might want to put on these little bands and tighten these up. I usually double this up for purposes, just to hold it in there just in case. But still, stabilizer bar holds it really nice. Great clean look to it. Still not that heavy to carry around. I can self-blog with it. I can walk and talk. I like to use an app, and I'll just share with you an app I like to use for this. I'm going to look it up just to make sure I got it correctly. Pro Camera, P-R-O-C-A-M-E-R-A, Pro Camera. Not that the iPhone camera is not good or the video. Pro Camera's got some more features, definitely some enhanced lighting and adjustments you can make, but this will step up your game. So for this and many devices, from what I've seen, has been absolutely superior. They come with lens caps and all that good stuff to make sure you take care of your equipment. I am thrilled with what I've seen from what they put out and sent over to me from hdhat.com. So step up your game with smartphones, with iPads, iPhones 4s and 4Ss. Take video very seriously, because if you're not doing it now, you're missing the boat in the next 2 to 3 years. Video is going to dominate the world because of the 4G speeds that are coming down the pipe in most markets, and just consumers wanting to see more video. And you're going to see this happen very quickly. The good news is you can use your current device with what you have now and not have to go out and buy multiple devices anymore. So use what you've got, enhance what you've got, and leverage the technology and the tools that we have today. Thank you for keeping an eye on what we're doing here at Technically Real Estate. I'm Jeff Lobb. If there's any questions, reach out to me, and I'll put our information down below there. Thanks, guys.